Hi everyone, welcome back. So I thought I'd actually do an official video for this. This is CHICHEN ITZA and CHICHEN ITZA is finished. Woo! Oh my god, so I've actually been completing this for a good few years. I think it was the first time I ever went to Mexico, and I think, if my brain can work this out, that was a good 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I wanted to celebrate it with its own proper video. I will bring you in for a bit more of an in-depth close-up because there are some really lovely mark-making features within this painting. Now, with painting, if anyone doesn't know, I like to use silicone brushes, and traditional paintbrushes are absolutely fine. Like, they're great for smaller scale, I find, but with larger scale, I try to end up perfecting everything and making everything crisp and pristine and have a massive bit of perfection, but it just doesn't work. However, with silicone brushes, that is where I can begin to look at and experiment without the curiosity and the beautifulness, is that even a word? The aesthetic, there we go. The aesthetic of the piece is not lost in translation whilst you're painting it from an image or from still life. You're probably wondering why I'm doing CHICHEN ITZA. Like I said, I did visit there a good few years ago, and immediately I was gravitating towards this mysterious curiosity of abundance of history and culture, and I just had the good vibes of the same kind of vibes that I did when I played Tomb Raider, the third one, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And for me, that's a massive part of my life, video games, and I wanted to represent that within a painting. I wanted something historical and something memorable. However, I do actually have another painting, but that one isn't complete yet, so we'll move on to that one when I do. I wanted a painting to represent not only the feel of the place, but the mystery and how alluring the landscape is to the individual, as in me. I didn't want it to just be a straightforward, oh, that's CHICHEN ITZA. Yes, this is straightforward CHICHEN ITZA, but there's a mystery about it. The way I've formed the colours and the oil paints and how I've interlocked with them, they are true to life colours, however there's something dream-like, like a dreamlike state to it. It's almost like it's moving. The sky has done a really lovely effect. Because there is a painting underneath this, I find that those sorts of painting have uncontrollable challenges to them, because you're battling not only with the surfaces underneath, you rely on having to change and the way you apply your paint. This painting is very freeing. I feel like this is my painting style. It's mysterious, curious, but the size fits well with the painting style. So the side note about me is that I feel like people do massive paintings for scale just for the sake of it, whereas I feel like the size of an artwork can be used for such a great purpose. And for me, A1 happens to be the perfect fit. Now, some of you may think that some of the edges do need to be refined, more contrasting, but I wanted to add in the fact that this is history, and history is still crumbling. It's not preserved. It is one of those pieces that I could just sit and watch and look at and observe, and I can disconnect myself from the painting. Like you are in an art gallery, when you disconnect from the artist to the artwork, it's more about the painting. The painting is an individual, the same as the artist, but because you've stepped away from it, a bit like the soul, like the body and the soul is completely different. One's a vessel and one is the actual true nature, and this feels very much like the soul, because you can see very raw elements of myself in this. You may not see it because you may not know me very well, but I can see a lot, and that may be a very spiritual communication, but I'm really proud of myself for finishing this, because finishing paintings, let alone just being able to do a painting, is hard for me, because colour can be so overwhelming that it overtakes everything way too much. Sometimes it's so much of a headache I just end up giving up, and I think that's what kind of happened towards the very beginning stages because my artist practice wasn't as refined compared to what it is now, because back then I was full-time at work and I was only part-time artist. Now it's much more of a flip side, so I'm more of a full-time artist with a part-time job. But yeah, I'm going to bring you in for a close-up so you can see all the lovely little bits and marks. If anyone's wondering as well, this piece is for sale. I'll leave a link to the account where I'm selling it on eBay, and you may check it out. There's also other artworks in there as well if you want to check them out, as always. And if you want to also, I have filmed pretty much the whole process of me creating CHICHEN ITZA on my channel, so I'll leave a link to all the videos down below so you can check them out as well. They're nice and relaxing. Some of them have music and some of them are just me painting away and getting the camera away to it which is with an occasional face in the screen. Yeah, I'm going to give you an insight. Before I do, I'll just say thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about this piece, please leave in the comment section below and I'll do my very best to answer them. There's also some bits and pieces in my description box, like my social medias, as I said before, my eBay selling account, which is where I sell all my artworks that I feature on my channel, plus a couple of extras. There's in my Patreon. If you could join me on my Patreon, that'd be greatly appreciated. But if you can't do any of that, please just like and subscribe, because it does help a lot. I'm getting very close to the marker of where I wanted to be this year, before the end of the year, and it would be nice to be able to achieve it before the end of the year. So yeah, I'm going to bring you up for a close-up, and if I don't see you again, I shall see you guys later.